Hello, everyone. It's the stocks episode for this week. I'm Jam,
I'm Cons.
and we are two bros interested in finance. So let's talk about stocks. For you to start, I'll let you be.
Yeah, as always, we hit the Get Quinn, right? It was an interesting week
Yeah.
um, in the finance world with Friday's crash and everything. Obviously, we're still going to talk about it. But yeah, Get Quinn, first link in the description. Check out our performance, always, guys. Yeah. Year to date, we're doing really well, I think, still. And I'm hitting 42% year to date, and you are around 30% or 29%. So yeah, the main mover of this week, obviously, AMD. I think there was a huge deal with OpenAI. I think everybody heard the news, right? The stock was up 35%. I think 40% at one point. It was crazy for a stock like this at this market cap to jump this high. I rarely seen that. And caught me by full surprise. I'm not gonna lie. Especially the reaction to the deal. I think it was okay. Yeah, all right. It's a deal, I guess. Let's see a 5% increase maybe, but yeah, the overreaction was there, and obviously that contributed to the GetQueen performance. Yeah, 120% in the green, AMD. What's your thoughts on this whole AI bubble thing, deal thing? And the insane jump of AMD. What are you saying?
So I think I mentioned this before. AI seems like a bubble, but it always proves that it's not. If at least it feels like
Mm,
it, but I still do think that it's a bubble. But at the same time, it's not being talked so much anymore. It feels like it. So I don't know, but market like the collaboration between AMD and OpenAI, and you personally hold AMD as well, and also you have it on your GetQueen portfolio. It's like good for you. I'm happy for you, but I mean, I don't know. Like, if is AMD going to drop like 10%, 15% in the next couple of days when the mania is over? That's the question. Like, I don't know. It feels like AI doesn't have a solid foundation.
mm. No, I think it's fair. I mean, I bought AMD earlier this year. You know
Mhm.
how I felt about it. Of course, we're doing long-term investment, but I trade a little bit more than you in general, I think. And I like to sell maybe after 6 months already or a year already. And I think I told you that AMD is not something that I have to hold 5 years to 10 years.
Yeah.
It's more like something I can see the opportunity. I thought it was undervalued. I'm buying it. And obviously, the way it has performed is incredible. And I'm not gonna lie, of course, I didn't see this coming. Like, I thought in
Yeah,
2 years
nobody
it would
knows.
be at this price, right? That's what was kind of my projection. Okay, 2 years, I can hold this stock. I can say it will be there. It will be a great return. Um, uh, but yeah, it's when we talk about the whole bubble thing, it's really complicated because I feel like
Yeah.
I agree mostly what you say. There is a kind of this bubble idea, and everything hints to a bubble. Everything is overpriced, like AMD over 100 PE ratio, and so forth. But the financials are coming out, and the financials are always good. So money is there. Like the companies making shitloads of money at the same time, which gives me the confidence to say, oh, there's no bubble. The financials are great. The
Yeah,
companies
yeah,
keep making money.
exactly. So,
So it
yeah.
always, like you said, always proves this bubble theory wrong. Um, and yeah, in case of AMD, of course, this always circled between OpenAI, Nvidia, and now AMD of investing hundreds of billions of dollars within each other is sketchy, I have to say. And the way I feel around AMD right now, I have my price target of like 280, $300. Right now, 223. I think it can climb more, I think, but I will cash out a little bit out of AMD just because I feel like it's getting overvalued as well. Like above 100 PE ratio is for me risky. you know.
Oh yeah.
So it's obviously a risky stock. It gets a lot of hype, and yeah, let's see where it goes. My price target is 280, 300 US dollars. Let's see how that keeps going, but yeah, it's very I don't know, it's very overpriced, very hyped, and this kind of always
Yeah,
gives me the
yeah, it is.
scares,
It is.
like
It is very
yeah,
overpriced. AMD is very overpriced. There are like a couple of companies that are like very overpriced. I think like not that it's related to our topic, but like Tesla is quite overpriced as well.
yeah, same.
Like there are a couple of companies that are overpriced, and AMD is one of them. So that might be the like it might tell us that it's the time to get out of it slowly. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let's just see. I think I told you as well, I'm gonna wait on the next earnings. The OpenAI deal has to implement itself into the financials as well, right? We will see some returns on that. So it
Yeah.
all takes a little bit of time. I'm not going to sell all when I sell or when I reach my target, but I think I'm going to cash out a little bit because it's getting quite large as well if it keeps rising like this as a position. And yeah, otherwise, I'm really, really happy with it. One of my greatest investments, honestly, because of
Yeah.
the short time period it needed for the 100%. So I have to say that's one of my best ones so far in the 5 years of trading, actually.
Yeah.
If not the best,
Yeah.
if not my best. Um, yeah, nothing else to add from your side, otherwise.
No, I think it's like very self-explanatory. It's
Yeah,
just like yeah, as you said, I think it's very important to understand that yeah, people uh bought into AMD with the news or OpenAI, but like how is it going to be implemented into financial? That's
yeah,
really important. So and
yeah.
if it's being implemented to the financials, like if like when it's implemented and it doesn't show the returns or it's not as good as it was expected, we might kind of see these AI news not to be as strong anymore. So yeah, just gotta wait and see. That's about it.
Yeah, exactly. The return of investment has to be great, right?
Yeah,
If they're doing this, and yeah, I think obviously, it's again with the sentiment as well. Talking about AMD, remember when it was below $100, it was nearly trading at 60, $70 at one point in
yeah,
April, I believe. No one was interested. Again, it's the same story. It's a top tier company. I think obviously maybe it doesn't fall under the category of monopoly or something like this, but it's
yeah,
still
yeah.
again a great company, right? And no one wanted it. And now people are buying it at 180, 190 US dollar with the news. And I think the news are great, but I don't think they changed the concept of the business too much. It's still the
Oh,
same. It's just news,
yeah.
and yeah. But yeah, then I would move on and talk about another Get Quinn, actually from my picks this year, Novo Nordisk, just quickly. As an opposition to AMD, which is doing so well, Novo Nordisk is doing terribly. So actually, since it's been in the Get Quinn, it's down 35% in the red. Um, it's one of the smaller positions, I guess, luckily in this case. Obviously, I haven't DCA'd in GetQuinn, but I have DCA'd in real life. So I kept buying the dip, and it's not that terrible in my personal portfolio, although it is in the minus. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about an underperformer. So not everything is green and not everything is beautiful. What do you
Did
think?
I think what I said about Novo Nordisk is kind of uh coming into reality what I mentioned you about Novo
Hmm.
Nordisk.
Hmm.
Because I was telling you, look, like, okay, on an investment point of view, yes, Novo Nordisk can be considered a good buy, but uh, like the research that is coming for Ozempic is not so promising. On top of that, like what other drugs that are really, what are the, not drugs only, like products that Novo Nordisk does, and they are so famous with it. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like there are better options in terms of pharmaceuticals compared to Novo Nordisk, and it feels like it's showing what I was trying to say a little bit slowly.
Yeah, it's also the competitiveness. We talked about this in the past episodes, of course. And the products and how other pharmaceutical companies can copy the products, how long the patents are running. All these are risk factors, right? And I think that's where our investment strategy differs, right? A little bit, I think.
Mhm.
Me investing in Novo Nordisk and you don't. But yeah, in general, I think obviously it's going to be a long recovery. Um, I'm very confident in the stock. I think it's gonna. I think I bought it at a pretty good price point, at around
Yeah.
$40 as well, and or 45, I believe, maybe. Yeah, so I think it's just something with patience again. Of course, it's not a top performer this year in the portfolio. But yeah, I just wanted to say you can have that. You can have a negative for a year. A year in the negative for stock, I feel like is nothing, especially in the terms of long investing. So Novo Nordisk is definitely a long-term investing company, at least for me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Novo Nordisk, like if, like I think I mentioned this before, Novo Nordisk, if someone were to tell me that, oh, they bought Novo Nordisk, I would say, yeah, it's a good buy. Hold it for like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mhm.
whatever years you want to hold. It will give the returns. I just personally think that there are better options. I
Mhm.
always mention this. It's not a bad
Yeah,
buy,
yeah,
but there
yeah.
are better options.
Yeah, of course. On the other hand, is always how you personally invest as well in your
Hmm.
own philosophy, right? So of course,
Yeah,
we cannot have all the companies that everybody likes, and everybody will always look
yeah.
for some shitty feature in a company or something like this. But yeah, let's see how it develops. Maybe it might still be a stock for my next year's Get Quinn. But I'll think about that because pharmaceutical is pissing me off these days. So yeah. Um, Otherwise, we'll talk about a new stock if we can move on. I mentioned it to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Ferrari, and it had a great dip last week because of earnings, or because of, sorry, not earnings, it didn't have earnings. Um, it had his analyst meeting, I believe, or investment meeting,
Okay.
and uh, it traded low. So I believe it was 18% in the minus, was one of the strongest sell-offs the company has ever experienced. And it's launching an electric car for 2030. So there was these kind of news, and apparently investors didn't like it. But I'm looking at Ferrari right now in general, and I think it's a very interesting stock. It kind of takes off. A lot of the investment qualifications we need for a company, if you can say it like this. I think the financials are beautiful.
Now
And
I'm checking the financials. Yeah.
it's yeah, it's
So
yeah. I mean, if you're looking it up on Thingy, on our favorite website, right?
yeah,
Free
yeah. I mean,
EPS, everything, like it's just
so in terms of Milano market, like the Milan market, which it's like where it's originally listed, year to date it's like 18% down, but in American market it's like 4% down, which can be due to, these
Mhm,
like currency, whatever. Um, so I talked about this to you face to face as well. If it's the same story with Novo Nordisk. If someone were to come to me and say, I bought Ferrari, I would say, amazing company, you did a good job. It will give you the returns in a couple of years, right? And And do I think that there is a better option? Maybe Volkswagen can be talked, Mercedes can be talked about it in terms of it. I'm not really into car industry in terms of like stocks, but like Ferrari seems like a nice buy, especially for next year. PE ratio is relatively okayish, a bit high, but okayish. Right now I think it's around 37, 38, and it's projected to be 32 in 2026 in terms of like the Milan market. So the financial seems nice. Revenues increasing, net income is increasing. Free cash flow can be a bit questionable, but earnings per share is increasing. They're increasing the dividend payments. So and shares outstanding is decreasing, which means that
They're buying
maybe the
back.
company is like buying back shares. So, it seems like a nice company actually. Like it's nice that you brought this to my attention. I will definitely follow it for next year. Spice, like seems like an attractive company.
Yeah, exactly. It has everything goes up, and if I compare it like to other companies, since you mentioned it, uh, honestly, out of out of most, like if you talking about Porsche, Volkswagen, maybe Porsche is probably the closest to Ferrari because it might makes luxury cars, or at least semi-luxury, I guess you can consider Porsche this. But if you look at their financials, including Volkswagen and all the other car manufacturers of the West, at least in my opinion, uh, are not doing well. They are really not doing well, net income wise, free cash flow wise, everything is going down in the minus. And I think this is why Ferrari is really interesting because what in the past 10 quarters, just consistently going up. It is much more expensive than the other car brands in Germany. It's trading at a like a high 30 PE ratio, low 40, right? Normally, obviously quite expensive stock, but just compared to the other companies, I think it's just so more attractive. Now, the only problem I have is with its if it's new estimates it made and with the electric market, because I feel like electric market or that Ferrari wants to build electric Ferraris destroys the fact of it being a Ferrari. And
Yeah.
I really don't like this idea. And then we saw that the investors didn't like the idea as well. Um, yeah, it's just interesting. So they adjusted their earnings and or the estimates, and then they want to bring out electric cars, which are ruining most other car brands in in Germany, I say in Europe, mostly Germany as well, but in Europe they're all struggling, just being forced to convert to electricity, right? And
Hmm.
yeah, it's really interesting right now. I love the financials, but will they keep the same? So I'm just waiting right now. Maybe it's interesting. But every time the company collapsed a little bit like this, they have always recovered. And yeah, it's just,
I mean, for Ferrari to go to zero and like dip tremendously, it means that Italian economy is collapsed and there is a nuclear war in the world. So I think it's quite a safe bet that they will recover.
yeah, I think they will do fine. And I think even when they bring out electric Ferraris, people will buy it. I told you this yesterday. There are 2 years of sold out. You cannot get a Ferrari. They have an exclusive club for owning a Ferrari. You have to own a Ferrari to buy a Ferrari, you know, and then you can't do anything with the Ferrari either. They ban you if you like paint it different
The
colors or did
modifications,
yeah,
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah.
So they're really picky. It's a really like exclusive club, but at the same time, they're still sold out, even though it's so exclusive. And people spending 1 million on a Ferrari like Zlatan Ibrahimovic this weekend for his own birthday. Yeah, interesting. Like for me, this is more luxury brand than a car brand, and yeah, it's I don't know, really attractive. Let's see how it goes. I put it in my watch list. I'm definitely gonna watch it for the next couple of months.
Yeah, yeah. Good.
Otherwise, I'd be done. I think there's not much else. We have some interesting earning seasons coming up. So,
Earning season is
uh,
starting. It's
Let's go.
starting.
So this week we actually start with some banks like Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Citi. Is all happening tomorrow. I think it's going to be a little bit interesting for you as an indicator, maybe for
Yeah.
Bank of America, which has
Bank
been
of America
performing
is on
amazing.
Wednesday as well.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah, I didn't even see. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, you have an indicator for one day exactly. So, but yeah, ASML both for both of us is going to be very interesting. Bank of America, Morgan Stanley as well, and then we have, if I see everything correctly, TSMC on Thursday. Going to be interesting for the chip market, but I think ASML is also going to be part of this anyway as well. Charles Schwab,
yeah, I think
and
like
yeah,
I don't own Goldman Sachs, but it's an important bank. I don't
yeah.
own Citi, but same BlackRock. Like this is just like kind of like an indicator for the whole sector. So
Mhm,
I will definitely be following those. ASML, I will definitely be following those. TSM, definitely. American Express on Friday. I will definitely follow those, and let's see how the industry is doing in terms of chip market and banking.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah, do you expect anything from Bank of America? Is there just beating
They
earnings?
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are always good. I
Yeah, they're
still think that they
always.
will beat it. Like the Bank of America, like banks in general, especially European banks this year, they performed well.
Yeah,
Bank of
they.
America, even if I wouldn't have caught the perfect dip for Bank of America, it would have been one of the worst performers, but still beating the market by like three folds or something. So I think they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine because there are a lot of conflicts in the world, and banks always get something out of conflicts.
Yeah.
You know.
They
So
always win in the end, right? That's the
yeah, exactly.
whole story. But yeah, great. Okay. Let's see how the earnings go, I guess. I think I'm gonna be confident in the banks. I'm also gonna be I'm actually really curious about ASML because last time the
Yeah.
earnings were taken quite negatively. And now since then the price has risen substantially, but nothing really changed. So let's see what the earnings come out. And as always, I'm interested in their bookings book, like how full their books are. But yeah, I'm confident. Not that I'm gonna sell anyway if something bad happens, unless insolvents or something. But yeah,
Never sell, only buy.
never sell. But yeah, otherwise nothing else to
Okay.
add.
Okay. Perfect. So, catch you guys in the next episode. Subscribe, like, share, grandma, grandpa. You guys know the drill. Catch you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao, guys. Ciao, ciao.